How to monitor stakeholder engagement. Monitoring the stakeholder engagement plan is an essential part of project management, ensuring that the planned strategies and activities are effectively engaging stakeholders and meeting their needs. In the context of PMI, here are the steps to monitor stakeholder engagement plan. 1. Define performance metrics. Establish key performance indicators, KPIs, that measure the effectiveness of stakeholder engagement. These metrics can include stakeholder satisfaction ratings, response rates to surveys, number of stakeholder interactions, or feedback received. 2. Collect data. Gather relevant data to assess stakeholder engagement. This can be done through surveys, interviews, focus groups, or feedback mechanisms. Ensure data collection methods align with the preferences and expectations of the stakeholders. 3. Analyze stakeholder feedback. Analyze the data collected to understand stakeholder perceptions, concerns, and satisfaction levels. Identify trends, patterns, and areas of improvement. Consider both quantitative and qualitative data to gain a comprehensive view of stakeholder engagement. 4. Evaluate against objectives. Compare the actual results with the objectives defined in the stakeholder engagement plan. Assess whether the planned strategies are effectively engaging stakeholders and meeting the desired outcomes. Identify any gaps or areas where adjustments may be needed. 5. Identify improvement opportunities. Based on the analysis and evaluation, identify areas for improvement in stakeholder engagement. This could involve adjusting communication methods, addressing specific stakeholder concerns, or modifying engagement strategies. Look for opportunities to enhance stakeholder satisfaction and increase their level of involvement in the project. 6. Take corrective actions. Implement necessary changes and corrective actions based on the identified improvement opportunities. Adjust communication plans, refine engagement strategies, or allocate additional resources to address stakeholder needs and concerns. 7. Monitor ongoing engagement. Continuously monitor stakeholder engagement activities throughout the project lifecycle. Regularly assess stakeholder satisfaction levels, collect feedback, and track changes in stakeholder perceptions. Keep an eye on emerging issues or shifts in stakeholder expectations that may require immediate attention. 8. Communicate and report. Communicate the findings and actions taken to relevant stakeholders, including project team members, sponsors, and key stakeholders. Provide regular reports on stakeholder engagement performance and improvement initiatives. Ensure transparency and keep stakeholders informed about the progress. 9. Learn and adjust. Learn from the monitoring process and incorporate lessons learned into future stakeholder engagement plans. Continuously refine and adjust the plan based on feedback, changing project dynamics, and evolving stakeholder needs. 10. Following document must be updated during monitoring phase after add or remove any stakeholder. A. Resource management plan. B. Communication management plan. C. Risk management plan. D. Stakeholder management plan. E. Issue log. By diligently monitoring stakeholder engagement according to the PMI approach, project managers can identify and address issues promptly, enhance stakeholder satisfaction, and maintain strong stakeholder relationships throughout the project's lifecycle. Monitoring stakeholder engagement in Agile. Monitoring stakeholder engagement in Agile projects involves continuously assessing the effectiveness of engagement strategies and gathering feedback to ensure stakeholders are actively involved and their needs are met. Here are some specific practices to monitor stakeholder engagement in Agile. Regularly communicate with stakeholders. Maintain ongoing and open communication channels with stakeholders. Conduct regular meetings, such as daily stand-ups or sprint reviews, to provide project updates, gather feedback, and address any concerns or questions. Use Agile ceremonies for engagement. Leverage Agile ceremonies, such as sprint planning and retrospectives, as opportunities to engage stakeholders. Encourage their participation. gather their input, and involve them in decision-making processes. Collect feedback iteratively. Implement feedback loops throughout the project. Solicit feedback from stakeholders regularly, not just at the end of the project. This can be done through surveys, interviews, or informal discussions. Actively listen to their opinions and incorporate their suggestions into project planning and execution. Measure stakeholder satisfaction. Define metrics to measure stakeholder satisfaction with the project's progress and their level of engagement. This could include satisfaction ratings, feedback response rates, or the number of stakeholder interactions. Continuously track and analyze these metrics to gauge the effectiveness of stakeholder engagement practices. Adapt engagement strategies. Based on stakeholder feedback and changing project requirements, refine and adapt engagement strategies. Adjust communication methods, frequency of interactions, or collaboration techniques to better align with stakeholder preferences and maximize their involvement. Foster collaboration and transparency. Create an environment that promotes collaboration and transparency between stakeholders and the Agile team. Share project information, progress updates, and documentation through collaborative tools or online platforms. Ensure stakeholders have easy access to project-related resources and are informed about any changes or decisions. Conduct retrospectives. Regularly conduct retrospectives to reflect on stakeholder engagement practices. Discuss what has worked well and identify areas for improvement. Use the insights gained from retrospectives to refine engagement strategies and make necessary adjustments in future iterations or sprints. Act on stakeholder feedback. Actively address stakeholder concerns and suggestions. Incorporate their feedback into project planning and execution. Demonstrate responsiveness to their needs and demonstrate that their input is valued. Continuously improve engagement. Foster a culture of continuous improvement in stakeholder engagement. Regularly seek opportunities to enhance engagement practices. Learn from stakeholders' experiences and implement changes that increase their involvement and satisfaction. By implementing these practices, Agile project teams can effectively monitor stakeholder engagement, strengthen stakeholder relationships, and ensure that stakeholders remain actively involved throughout the project's lifecycle.